Yesterday, I watched a video on tornadoes for the first time, and I had never seen one before. It was way bigger than what I expected. Um, and here where I live, we don't have tornadoes. Like the closest thing you can see to that is like trash or leaves going in a circle outside. And that to me, I'm like, oh my god, that's like a tiny tornado, but nothing like that. And I can't believe that like some of you guys live in places where that is regular or it comes in seasons. That's just strange. Um, it's strange to think that you guys are living in a place where that happens or it's like normal. And here it's pretty calm. Like the worst thing that can happen are floods, and here exactly where I live, they get pretty bad because I feel like the roads were not made for heavy rain. So, half of your car might be underwater, but, nothing like overboard happens here. So, but today we are reacting to the craziest nature videos of the decade. So, let's see what this video is about. I'm like slightly scared to see what we're gonna find, but let's see.
These are the craziest nature videos from the past 10 years.
Hold on.
Oh my god. That reminds me, I've heard like at our summer cabin in Finland, there was a thunderstorm once and we were all inside the cabin, and then suddenly this huge boom, like there was this huge boom. This like it's the sound is insane. And turns out that like a kilometer from us, a tree got snapped by lightning, but the sound was like something I've never heard of before. It was very loud.
Don't move.
This man went on a tour boat to visit the glaciers in Iceland when a piece of the glacier actually broke off and fell into the water.
Wow! Wow! The wildest thing I've ever tried in my life.
The wildest thing he's ever tried in his life. No, but that's kind of sad, Aren't they like breaking apart currently as well? Soon we'll have no glaciers. I wonder when it rains, do they get bigger? Because, when the water hits the ice, wouldn't it turn into ice as well? Yeah. There, if you guys haven't seen, by the way, it has these nobody was hurt signs in the corners sometimes. So we don't have to feel bad about commenting on these videos.
Back in 2017, Greenland was hit with a tsunami.
Hey,
Back in 2020, this cruise ship was on its way to Ireland.
That is like my worst fear, especially living next to the ocean. I've had dreams of like a huge tsunami coming in, and then just I live in a high floor. I live in an apartment, like not on the ground, but in my dreams, like the tsunamis are bigger than the buildings, and scary.
And when it ran into some pretty heavy waves. Back in 2016, these people were hiking in Argentina when they realized that they were in a really bad spot. This guy was loading up his car when he realized that he forgot his wallet. Back in 2018, this massive mudslide in Switzerland was caught coming down a mountain.
That was probably insane to see in real life. This looks like Finland.
In 2023, this driver in China was almost hit by these falling rocks. In 2014, this volcano exploded in Papua New Guinea and it created a huge shockwave.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Wait till we get the move.
On November 30th, 2018, a 7.0 earthquake hit Alaska. This volcano in Indonesia erupted and created some of the craziest volcano lightning you will ever see. Nebraska had some pretty crazy tornadoes earlier this year.
See, that is so scary. That is like so scary. That looks like from a horror movie. And some of you guys live in areas where this is just like normal.
Back in 2019, a super rare event happened that allowed parts of Southern California to receive snow. And they also got to experience what snow lightning is like.
Got my umbrella, but I know I'm gonna get wet. And look out, like, our street is starting to flood.
Imagine seeing this on your way to work. This is what the morning commute looked like for people driving into Los Angeles back in December 2017.
Oh, that does happen here too. Yeah, we have fires in the summertime. I didn't think of that.
Back in 2019, this giant landslide happened in China. About 12 months ago, a super intense tornado went past this guy's house in Illinois. This hailstorm in Texas was so intense that the hail started coming inside the home. He left something outside in the rain and had to go get it. About 7 months ago, these people in China were dealing with some pretty crazy wind. Here's another rock
That looks like fun.
slide video that happened in China in 2023.
So pretty.
Back in 2015, Los Angeles had a very rare tornado event.
What do you mean nobody was hurt? How do you know? That looks super scary.
About 6 years ago, these people recorded their escape from a wildfire in California. This reporter in France got a little too close to this wave. Back in 2018 in Hawaii, this car was parked in the worst spot possible.
That was like nature did that on purpose. I don't know what this person did, but nature did that on purpose.
In May 2016, one of the biggest
I really wonder what was left of it after that.
tornadoes in the history of Kansas was spotted.
That's good.
I know that icebergs are bigger underwater than above water, but this is kind of crazy.
Whoa, it just keeps going. That is crazy. And to think that a human, like if a human was down there, you could probably not even see them. Imagine how like deep this water is. That is scary.
In Pakistan in 2018, these people got a little too close to this avalanche.
They're Spanish because they said "hostia."
In 2020, this plane was struck by lightning when flying over Finland.
Finland.
This giant boulder came within inches of crushing this house. Unfortunately, 2 other boulders managed to break free and destroy the other side of the house. In 2019, this cruise ship near Norway encountered some heavy seas.
Get that on video.
It's officially over.
No. The way I would panic in the middle of the ocean, guys, with those type of waves. I would learn how to fly in that very moment.
In 2021, these people were rock climbing in Japan when an earthquake happened. This snowboarder in Nevada accidentally triggered a giant avalanche. This video from 2015 shows some sailors about to take on a giant wave.
That's God.
In 2021, these firefighters were driving through some pretty crazy wildfires in California. A 6.7 magnitude earthquake interrupted this couple's wedding.
That was the earth clapping for them.
This dad tried to save his trampoline from being blown away in the wind.
Bennett, get out of there!
He will get taken too.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Bennett!
This video from Guatemala is probably the only video in the world like this.
Dicen que es grande, ¿va mucha?
Whoa!
Miren, cabal, ahorita lo
agarraste?
Ah, lo agarré, cabal.
This is called a crop.
Argentina, and that Where is this taken from? Are these like sand dunes, but they're black? That's really cool. That would look like so much fun to like ride bikes in or something.
Miren, cabal, ahorita lo.
¿Lo agarraste?
Lo agarré, cabal.
This is called a crown flash and it was spotted in Florida back in 2020.
I hope it's getting it on the camera. I can't even see the screen. Holy. Whoa, look at that! The red one, you see that?
Sometimes during a snowstorm, you can actually get lightning.
It's called a what? A crown?
I hope it's getting it on.
Qué grande va, mucha.
Whoa!
Miren, cabal, ahorita lo.
¿Lo agarraste?
Lo agarré, cabal.
This is called a crown
A
flash.
crown flash. How does that work? That looks very interesting. I've never seen anything like that before.
And it was spotted in Florida back in 2020.
I hope it's getting it on the camera. I can't even see the screen. Holy. Whoa, look at that! The red one, you see that?
Sometimes during a snowstorm, you can actually get lightning.
Oh!
In April 2022, this massive tornado hit Kansas.
Did it just pull some trees off the roots?
This is what it's like to get struck by lightning when you're in the cockpit of a plane. In 2018, one of the biggest tornadoes in the history of Wyoming was recorded.
That is massive.
Mira. No, el que viene de abajo. No.
In 2018, 4 water spouts emerged on the coast of Thailand. A sinkhole in Illinois randomly opened up earlier this year.
Sinkholes are something that like really amuse me. I mean, how does that even work? Imagine if like a whole city was just sucked into a huge sinkhole.
They were driving down a road in Sydney, Australia when this happened.
It was perfectly in the middle too.
¡Wow! ¡Whoa! Oh my god!
This guy was in a pool when an earthquake happened in Taiwan earlier this year.
Is that safe?
This house in Hawaii was devoured by lava back in 2018. These houses in Montana got buried under some tumbleweeds.
Oh, they kind of look fluffy. I know they wouldn't be fluffy if you like jumped in them, but I would love to like try and jump in them.
Oh my god!
Back in 2022, a huge meteor lit up the sky in Idaho. In
Whoa.
2020, a snowstorm in New York mixed with freezing rain, turning their homes into ice. In June
And what?
2020, a snowstorm in New York.
In New York? In the state of New York, you have snowstorms like this? That doesn't even happen in Finland. How is that even possible? Imagine like being asleep and then you wake up and you're just locked inside your house and you can't see out the windows. That'd be really scary.
Mixed with freezing rain, turning their homes into ice. In June 2020, a massive landslide took place in Norway and went into the sea. All the homes were empty, so luckily nobody was hurt. In 2022, Puerto Rico had flooding that was so severe that it destroyed this bridge. In 2019, a glacier in Iceland fell into the water, creating a massive wave.
That would be such a flex as a child, though. I would like tell this story to everyone. I'd be like, I was the chosen one.
In 2019, a glacier in Iceland fell into the water, creating a massive wave. These tourists on a cruise ship suddenly experience some extreme static electricity. This is actually a pretty scary warning sign, as it means lightning could strike at any moment. In 2019 in Amsterdam, this tornado was created within seconds.
We see. What the? Yeah, a tornado.
Wyoming had some pretty strong winds that happened earlier this year in April 2024.
Ooh, that is so scary. Or when you see like trucks or buses kind of like
This
go
giant
side to side.
tornado was seen moving through Canada. That is the end of this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No.
It turns out.
No, it turns out we do not want to watch you right now. Sorry, sir. That was so mean. He seems like a nice guy. But what I was about to say was that video was actually kind of cool. I was expecting it to be more like disastrous, which I would have probably liked less. But those were cool. In like the one that surprised me the most was probably the glacier, like the iceberg that came up from the ocean. It was huge. But all of these are pretty scary. Like nature is pretty scary because it's so powerful. But yeah. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced anything like this? And I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!